Hey, we're going to do some partial fractions, and this one has a numerator of z, and the denominator is z cubed minus z squared minus 6z. So the denominator has degree 3, the numerator has degree 1, so it's a proper fraction. So let's try breaking it down. I first know I can pull a z out of the bottom, and that gives me z times quantity of z squared minus z minus 6 with a z on top, which is kind of interesting because I could toss one of those z's out and reduce it, and I'm trying to think if there's any reason not to. We can't let z be 0, but let's go ahead and toss that. What do we need it for? So if that's the case, let's continue factoring our denominator. So we'll have 1 on top. And on the bottom, it looks like we'll have z minus 3 times z plus 2. Not x plus 2, z plus 2. All right. So it looks like our fraction simplified, so we'll go with that. So what do we need to do? We need to create our partial fractions to break this apart. So what will they look like? I've got two factors, a z minus 3 and a z plus 2. And both of those are to the first, so I just need a constant on top. I'll put a over z minus 3, I'll put b over z plus 2. Then I need to come back and figure out what a and b are. So I'll multiply through by the common denominator, z minus 3, z plus 2. And I will cross out any common terms with the denominator. And let's see what that leaves me. That leaves me with 1 on the left equal to a times z plus 2, so that'll be az plus 2a. And then plus b times z minus 3, so that'll be plus bz minus 3b. So let's try and figure out what this a and this b are. So let's see. We've got some z to the first, so we got a z term. And that will be 0 z's on the left equal to a plus b z's. So let's color code that. See if this thing catches up with me. There we go. And then we also need the constants. So what does that have me? On the left there's 1, and on the right there's a 2a and minus 3b. So let's make sure we see where those come from. So I've got another system of equations, two unknowns. I could use some of my same stuff as before. I could take the and use elimination. I don't know if it's the best route to take here. I'm going to take the first equation and multiply everything by 3. I've got a door that keeps opening and closing over here. But if I multiply the top equation by 3, I can add them together and it will cancel out the b. So I have 1 equals 5a. So that means a equals 1/5. And if I go back to a plus b equals 0, that means b must be negative 1/5. So my fraction will look like 1/5 over z minus 3 plus negative 1/5 over z plus 2. So if I did want to integrate that, they're two nice simple natural log integrations. So it'll be 1/5 times the natural log of z minus 3 minus 1/5 times the natural log of z plus 2. And then don't forget the plus c at the end. Okay? Very good job.